Christmas to all of my crafty friends. I hope you are enjoying a wonderful Christmas and wanted to send you this video so that we can walk through the rest of your Advent calendar products that you received. And we're going to do a little crafting together. And even if you're not able to watch on Christmas, file this video away and come back and watch it later. So I'm going to spend a little bit of crafty time with you guys today, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and that you get to spend time with all of your friends and family and loved ones around you, enjoying the warmth of the fire and the beauty of the Christmas season. I hope you're enjoying it all. So, and maybe a little bit of time for crafting. So let's take a look at the remaining gifts in your Advent calendar. I am doing this as a pre-recorded video, so it'll probably be a little shorter than our usual live videos, but I want to take some time to show you the rest of these gifts that you have now already opened, and also just give you a really big thank you. Thank you for purchasing the Advent calendar this year, for putting your trust in Tailored Expressions, for giving you something that you had no idea what you were getting, and trusting us to bring some inspiration, some joy to your holiday season. So I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Let's get started. This was day number 21. Let's see what this is. Ooh, it's a rubber stamp. We're going to use this on a project today, and if you have followed Tailored Expressions, then you probably know about Gus and Gertie. Gus is the dog and Gertie is the birdie, and they have been on many adventures through the years, and so this is going to be a fun one that you can use on your after holiday thank you notes is what we're going to be making together today. So you received that in day 21. Let's look at number 22. Feel free to leave comments along, just as if you were watching the video live. I love to go back and see what your favorites were. Here's number 22, and you guessed it, you have the coordinating die to cut out the cute exclusive Gus and Gertie image. I forgot to mention that this is not one that has ever been seen before. So you guys are the only ones to have this cute little pair sledding in their sleigh. And then you have the coordinating die to cut that out. Let's take a look in number 23. This one is flat. So it is, ooh, a fun stencil. So this is a smaller size. We have our bag size here for Advent calendar, and it fits perfectly a little bit smaller stencil, but you can repeat this design, which is what we designed it for. So you can see it's some falling snow. Also, don't count it out for other seasons because it really does look like a party. There are little asterisk style snowflakes that would work great for other occasions like birthday. And we're going to use this one today as well. So let's take a look in number 24. This has been one of the tools that I have been most excited to incorporate into my own crafting, but I've had to wait because I didn't want to spoil the surprise for any of you that hadn't seen it in the Advent calendar yet. So you are going to see me using this tool a lot. This is our stencil squeegee. This little beauty will become your best buddy when applying glitter pastes and gels through a stencil. The small size is easy to hold and comes in Taylor's favorite teal. So it has the Tailored Expressions logo molded onto it, made especially for Tailored Expressions just in this Advent calendar. You have that beveled edge here that's a little bit flexible so that when you are applying your paste through the stencil, you get a little bit of that bend. And it even bends this way, so if you need to scrape out of your jar, you can do that. This is going to be well loved in my craft room, and it is made out of silicone, so it's easy to clean up. Just simply take a baby wipe or run it under some water and get that paste off. So I hope you love this stencil squeegee as much as I do, and hopefully you'll be seeing it in our catalog in the near future because I think you might want more than one. It's one of those little tools that you just want to have placed throughout the room so that you never lose it when you're ready to do your pasting. Okay, then number 25, if you are a guesser, This was a larger jar shape, and in order to have something to apply our or use our stencil squeegee with, we have some glitter paste that's going to go through this stencil, and we're going to use Gus and Gertie. So you can kind of see the project coming together in front of you, but this is also an exclusive paste that we have not ever done before. It's called Iridescent Rainbow, and it is similar to our Happy Medium. Our original glitter gel has a clear base with a kind of a white sparkly glitter in it. This one has an iridescent glitter in it, which is why we called it Iridescent Rainbow, because you're going to get a lot of different colors when you hold that up to the light, and it happens to look really fun for snow. So we're going to use this today as well. A little tip for you guys too, when you go to store your paste, put a little bit of press and seal over the top and then screw the cap on, and that's going to help keep your product from drying out. So just a little tip, when you open yours and use yours, put some of that press and seal over the top to keep it from drying out. Okay, so let me show you the project we're going to be making together today. Really simple. I know you guys have all been good this year, so you've probably made it on Santa's nice list and gotten a few great gifts, and you might want to send a little thank you after the holidays. So today's card is snow themed, and it has a sentiment, thank you so much, and not overly holiday themed. We've got Gus in his red scarf and a green hat on a teal sleigh going right down this hill with that thank you so much sentiment. And then if you can see, if I hold this up into the light, look at that fun glitter paste through our snowflake stencil in the background. All right, let's get started. Let's do some stamping and coloring first. And I'm gonna pull out my mini Misty. I don't need the black piece for my rubber stamping. So we'll take the backing off of this, and I'm gonna just place it at the top of my sugar cube cardstock. We will stamp that with Oreo ink onto our sugar cube cardstock. And it's going to take a couple times because we want to get that really nice dark body on our Gus image, the dog. It's one of my favorite parts of these Gus and Gertie images is that Gus is a black and white dog, so he really doesn't need to be colored. And I know we have a lot of people who maybe aren't into coloring everything, so that makes this image just a little bit easier when you have half the dog is black and half the dog is white. All right, so there we have Gus and Gertie. Now let's do some coloring. So I have my Olo markers here that I'm going to color this image, and I will bring it in a little bit closer so you guys can see better. I'm going to start with, let's start with BG 2.1 is the lighter color of this grouping, and I'm just going to start by adding color to the sleigh or the sled or however you want to look at it, and coloring that in with the lighter color. All right, well, if you are leaving some comments today, I'd love to hear. What was your favorite gift that you gave for Christmas and your favorite gift that you received for Christmas? I know giving gifts is just as fun, if not more fun, than receiving gifts. So I love seeing my kids' faces as they open their gifts on Christmas, and would love to hear what was your favorite gift to give and your favorite gift that you received this holiday. Okay, the second color that I'm adding is the darker version of this pairing, and that's BG 2.3, and I'm adding that into the base of the sled, and I'm going to add a little bit of a dimensional element here with a little bit of flicking, just a touch of shading on the front and the back. And then we can bring our lighter marker back in and blend that out. This is a great time of year to practice your marker coloring skills too, just because usually we all have a little bit more quiet time during the holidays after the hustle and bustle of having family over, and you get a few extra days to just relax, and maybe crafting is in your future this kind of winter break. I'm coloring Gus's little scarf here, and this is R1.5, and then I'll add the same color to the pom-pom on top of his hat and on the little trim on the hat as well. And then I put some green in there, so I've got G1.4, and we're gonna do Gus's little mittens and the middle part of the hat. And I'm not even doing any shading on these, just adding some nice straight color there. And then we'll do Gertie the birdie. Gertie has on a green scarf as well with a yellow body. This one is YO 2.3. And then last but not least, we have a little gray along the bottom for the metal slides on the sled. And I have CG1 and CG3 for these. So I'm coloring the whole thing with 1. And then I'll add just a little bit of detail with the 3. Come back in and blend it out just a touch. Okay. Have a little bit of die cutting to do. We're going to die cut this image with the coordinating die, and then I need to die cut a little hill for them to sled down. I have this. I'm going to use the same piece of paper here and just position this die kind of like this. And then our little pair has a hill to slide down. I need a little more tape here, and we'll position this right around that image and tack it down before we send it through. Okay, let me bring you guys back out again so you can see a little bit better. Here's what we are cutting here, and I'll run that through the die cut machine. Set those pieces aside, and we're going to work on our card front with our snowflakes next. So I have a piece of saltwater taffy cardstock, and I'm going to place that down a little bit of tape runner. And then we're going to take this stencil and blend over the top with Sprinkles ink. And let me just point out, if you have any little pieces that are kind of stuck in the stencil, you can see I've got one little spot there that's cut, but the piece didn't fall out. Just kind of poke it out with your finger, just like you're, picking out a little die piece of paper that didn't fall out of your die cut. If you have any of those, this is a really intricate, detailed stencil, so you might find one or two on your stencil that you can poke out. All right, so tack this down with some teal tape and grab my blender brush. Actually, I do need to mask here just to make sure that I don't over blend. So I have this little excess of paper here that I think will work just fine. Or if you have a little bit of masking paper, you can place that down there as well. All right, make sure I'm going to put a little bit more tape on the sides since that tried to move around on me. Now I think we're good. Blending those little snowflakes into the background. Okay. Let's peek underneath and see how I did. Looks good. Maybe a little bit more towards the bottom here. All right, looks good under there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our paste on. So I have that Happy Medium Iridescent Rainbow Glitter. And I'm gonna place this piece over the top again so that I don't overdo the glitter. And we're gonna take our teal squeegee here. You can kind of scoop it out with the squeegee if you bend it a little bit. And then take that beveled side that's a little bit more flexible here, and you can scrape that across your stencil. You can go down, you can go to the side. Just make sure you're getting all of the openings filled with the paste. I love it. And then the great part is you can scrape all of the excess off and back into your container. Look at how much we saved. Okay, let's peel off my stencil here, and I'm going to show you what we are left with. A glittery snowstorm. There you have it. It looks so pretty. I wish you could see it on the screen, but when you get to using that glitter paste, you will see that it is just super fun, pretty, and glittery. Okay, now if you are making this exact card, you may want to repeat that stencil again, but you'll want to wait for this to dry before you do the second layer. I have already done one ahead of time just so that I had it ready for the video today. So this one is completely blended all the way down and glittered. I need to wipe off my area before we keep going too much farther. Let me get my alcohol out here. And we'll wipe up that paste. Also wipe it off of our tool. Easy peasy cleanup. I love that because you guys know me. I don't like to clean things. Okay, so we're gonna take this. We have our hill next. I need to cut a little bit off of this because it is 4 1/4 while my background is 4. So I'm gonna take and position my hill at 4 inches over here, and we'll cut that little bit off so that it matches up perfectly with my background piece. It's gonna go just like that. We've got our cute little sledding couple that are gonna go racing down the hill to say thank you so much. And before we adhere this, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment. And there are some fun sentiments in the set that we're using today. This one is called Snow Much Fun. It comes with a die set that makes a snowman, so that's why you see those little faces in there. This one I do need my black piece because it is a clear stamp. So there's a few different ones. There's Snow Much Fun, Snow Happy We're Friends, and Thank You Snow Much. So I'm going to use the Thank You Snow Much because I do need some thank you cards after this holiday for sure. I was spoiled by so many this year. Okay, I'm going to ink that up with VersaFine Clair. There we go. It's ready to pop up onto our glittered background. I'll use some foam strips to do that. One nice long one along the bottom. And then we'll cut a few pieces here to fit the rest of the spaces. And then we'll also pop up the Gus and Gertie image so that it's sitting kind of right on the hill. Okay, a little bit of foam tape on the back here. Then we have just a little bit of an embellishment to put on that's fun to use with your snow-themed cards. And I'm going to let you guys get back to your regularly scheduled holiday plans. And we'll talk about a fun New Year's Eve day gathering that we have happening here at TE that we want you to join us for. Okay, so let's just slip that little image going down the hill. So this, I don't know if I mentioned that I used to die cut that hill, is called, I believe, Build-A-Scene Rolling Snow, I want to say, or Snowdrifts. That's what it's called. Build-A-Scene Snowdrifts. And you can do them kind of going downwards or across, a nice wave across the bottom. I'm going to be using for the embellishment bits and pieces snowflakes. These are little clay pieces that you can kind of pop in and around this scene to give that top area a little extra, little something extra. I need to get my glue bottle going again. It's been a few days since I've used this. So I like to put my glue drops down before so I can kind of equally space those out nicely. And then we'll place the little clay snowflakes on top of that. A couple of big ones and a couple of small ones. There it is, a little Thanks Snow Much card. I do have a card base here. I decided since I went with a teal sleigh, I needed a little bit of teal, so this is confetti cake for the backdrop. My little clay snowflakes aren't quite dry yet, so I better wait on those before I try to flip this over and put adhesive on the back. That's where I was going with it. But let's go ahead and just add the adhesive to our card base. And then place that down. Perfect. Fun, quick, easy card for your cards after the holidays. All right, let me bring in, I have one more. There they go. Such a cute pair. All right, you guys, let me say farewell and send you on your way. Again, I hope you have a wonderful, very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the day, and so hopefully a little bit of time for crafting as well. I hope you loved the Advent calendar as much as I loved getting to share projects with you each week. And I will plan on seeing you next week. Actually, yeah, next week, Tuesday, December 31. We're having a special party on New Year's Eve day. So come join the live at 10 a.m. on Tuesday the 31st. And we'll be kind of ringing in the new year. So Merry Christmas, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.